This one on. I've got to say a huge thank you to you, just so that people watching this know that I'm actually... Hello guys. So Gemma's took up one of my challenges, which is to have an experience-free film for Mrs GTV. And you've come all the way from, where have you come from?
Derby.
Wonderful. And it's sunny Colwyn Bay and it's pouring down out there, isn't it? It is absolutely pouring down. We've had some private conversations which will stay private. But obviously, you know, we are going to do some work together. But one of the things that I was explaining to you was that anything that you see in the outside world, by what's called the mental law of correspondence, corresponds to something that's going on inside you. So whenever anything's going wrong outside, always look inside, but people don't. They want to repair it on the outside, and you never will. It's rather like, you know, you're looking lovely today, you looked in the mirror, and you might have liked your makeup not, like your scarf and not, like your hair or not. If you looked and you didn't like something in the reflection, you couldn't go to the mirror and start changing it in the mirror.
Yeah.
You've got to change it in yourself, and then you come back in front of the mirror, and the mirror will give a better reflection or not.
That's really good.
Now, a lot of people, what they do is they try and change it in the mirror.
Yeah.
They don't do the inner work. Do you understand? So if you didn't like your beige top, is that beige?
Beige,
yes. You know, and you think I wanted to have something brighter, or it was too bright, I want to have something more neutral. You can't change it in the mirror. You've got to go and put a different jumper on.
Go back to the wardrobe.
Go back to the wardrobe. Yeah, exactly. So this is, it all starts with you.
Yeah.
So one of the things that people don't understand is the power of you, that we have a body, we have 3 minds, and we actually have 4 bodies. We have a physical body, a mental body, an emotional body, and a spiritual body. And we create the whole thing in our mind. And what they don't realise is that we have a mind which, when we talk to that mind, it becomes our genie. And our genie is our subconscious mind. And it's listening all the time, even when we're asleep. And if we talk to our subconscious mind and make a friend of our genie, it's rather like the Aladdin, where you can rub the magic bottle, ask it for 3 wishes, and out comes
The 3 things.
the 3 things. Absolutely, yeah, we get what we're asking for.
Yeah.
But that's the gift of our subconscious mind. It's the gift that keeps giving. What it is, in fact, is it's something that if we talk to it, it will work for us, but if we don't, it won't. But what a lot of people do is they actually talk to it in the wrong way, and it's listening to everything. It doesn't even have to be the spoken word. It can be just a thought. So when we worry about something, it's listening to those worries, and it gives us those as well. So if you think about what you don't want, you're going to get that.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about what you do want, you're going to get that. But most people, it's negative talk.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're a negative talker, but I just don't think, because you've been super successful in everything that you've done, and you've got a great, happy, healthy life, haven't you? I mean, if people want to follow you, how do we find you on social media? What do we look for?
It's Jemma Elizabeth on Facebook, or Jemma Elizabeth 8 on Instagram.
Jemma
Jemma
Elizabeth.
Jemma Elizabeth .8 on Instagram.
Excellent. Well,
Facebook is Jemma.
we'll put some links, because you're amazing. I mean, you're a super TikToker. I need to learn.
I am on TikTok.
I need to learn so much
I'll help you.
from you. You know what I mean? But what I want to do is I want to show you how powerful your mind is, really. So, do you consider yourself a good visualizer?
Yes.
You are a good visualizer.
Yes.
Well, you've got a lovely ring there. So what I want you to do is I just want you to put your hand out there.
Yeah.
Okay, and just concentrate on that ring.
Yeah.
So laser focus from your eyes to the ring,
Yeah.
and laser focus from your mind to my voice.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on that ring and concentrate on that my voice, to the point where you just tune out everything. Now, when a hypnotist tells you to go to sleep, you don't fall asleep, you don't actually go into sleep. It's just a word that means relaxation, exactly the same as the state of relaxation that you get when you go to sleep at night in your dream.
Yeah.
You can actually, with your eyes open, live the life of your dreams. Just concentrate on this, and in a moment I'm going to tell you to go to sleep, and what will happen is your arm will drop down, your head will drop down, and you'll go into a deep state of relaxation. Not because I'm telling you to do it, but because your mind knows what to do. So just concentrating on that, just take a deep breath in, breathe out, close your eyes, and sleep. Just relax and go to sleep. Just take another deep breath and breathe out. As you breathe out, go twice as deep as you are now. Now I'm going to lift your left hand up, and as I lift the left hand up, just make your left hand like a rag doll. Just like a dishcloth, with no tension at all. Just lifting it up, no tension at all. Just relax and drop down, no tension at all. And that's really good. I'm going to do exactly the same with your right hand, and as I drop your hand down and your hand drops onto your lap, that's just a signal for your body to double that relaxation. Doing really well, excellent. Just lifting it up, no tension at all, dropping down twice as deep as you are now, and relaxed, totally relaxed. In a moment you're going to open your eyes and you're going to maintain that relaxation that you've achieved in your body. Just open your eyes, look up, and how do you feel? It's really good, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful. Just take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just sleep and relax. Every time I click my fingers and say sleep, you go twice as deep as you are. Your mind is focused on my voice, like a laser, and your body's so relaxed. Everything that I tell you that's going to happen will happen exactly as I tell you. Everything that I describe, you'll experience as I describe it. Allow my voice to guide your actions, and everything that I say, talking to your subconscious mind, is exactly what you want to hear. As I talk to that part of you that creates the reality that you want to experience in your life, and you're feeling really good. In a moment when you open your eyes, you're going to find that you can't remember your name. Your name has just gone from your mind, it's gone out of your head. You can't remember it, it's on the tip of your tongue, it's gone to the back of your mind, and you can't bring it forward. It's just as if it's gone, and you can't bring it back even if you wanted to. So in a moment you can open your eyes, and your name will just be gone. Just open your eyes, 1, 2, 3, wide awake. Now just for the benefit of everybody else, the product that you're involved in at the moment, we've got 2 cameras here, what's the name of the product that you're actually getting involved in, and the actual company that you're getting involved in, the actual name of the company?
It's called Modar.
It's called? Modar, yeah. And just for everybody else, what was your name? What was your name? Now just watch this. There's your name out there. Now watch it come back in, and touch your forehead and come back. What's your name?
Jemma.
Your name's Jemma. Okay, it's wonderful that, isn't it? Using your imagination, just imagine that you're looking at a screen, like a blackboard or a whiteboard or anything. Just wipe your name off the screen, it's just gone, your name's just gone, it's just gone. What was your name? It's crazy that, isn't it? How does it feel not to be able to remember your name?
Weird.
It's absolutely mad, isn't it? What was your name? Just sleep. Go to sleep. You're doing really well. You are an excellent visualizer. In a moment when you open your eyes, going twice as deep now, focusing like a laser on my voice, everything I say becomes your reality. Everything that I say becomes your reality. Your name's going to come back. You're going to remember your name. You're going to remember everything. You're going to feel on top of the world. You're feeling really good. And there's 2 cameras here. And when you open your eyes, those 2 cameras are going to be the funniest things that you've ever seen. You're going to be absolutely hilarious. The 2 cameras, my iPad and my phone, are going to be the funniest things that you've ever seen. It's going to be like someone's told you the best joke. It's really hilarious and you won't be able to stop laughing. Just when you've accepted that suggestion, just nod your head. Yes, well done. 1, 2, 3. Eyes wide open, wide awake. How do you feel? Just for the camera there, just tell them what it's like to be in hypnosis. It's one of the funniest things ever. So there's my iPad there, and the funny thing there, I've got it rested up against the teapot, haven't I? And then hypnosis is absolutely funny. Now, you know people at home, and we just keep looking at there, it's really funny. You try and laugh instantly on command, and the thing that amazes me more than laughing on command is the ability to go from laughing to going to sleep. Sleep, absolutely sleep. In a moment, those cameras just go back to normal. They're not funny. You go into a deep relaxed state. Your name's there. The cameras aren't funny. But what's going to actually happen is the number 2 is going to be stuck on the tip of your tongue. You just will not be able to find the number 2. The number 2 has just disappeared. 3 comes after 1, and 1 comes before 3. But the number 2 is completely gone from your reality. It doesn't exist and you can't bring it back even if you wanted it to. Just 1, 2, 3, eyes wide open, wide awake, and notice how good you feel. And what's interesting now, having put that suggestion in your mind, just looking at those cameras now, not funny at all, are they?
No.
And what's your name?
Jemma.
It is, isn't it? How do you feel?
Good.
Do you feel hypnotised?
I feel like relaxed.
It's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're creating this level of control, and we used this before, this ring, to concentrate on. It's interesting that you can actually concentrate on anything and focus your mind like a laser, like you focused on that, you focused on my voice in your mind, and then with that focused belief, any concentration, any picture in your mind, that's what you experience. What I want you to experience now is something that's really amazing. Are you right or left-handed? Okay, so put your left hand up, and I just want you with the index finger of that hand just to point to your fingers and just count your fingers for me. So start here.
1.
Out loud.
1. 3.
What's this one?
Index finger.
Yeah. 1.
Index finger.
Okay.
3. 4. 5.
Interesting. Okay. And now count this one here. Go here.
1. Index finger. 3. 4. 5.
Interesting that, isn't it? Is that normal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, excellent, fantastic. Just tell me, put your hands out there. How many hands have you got, Gemma?
10.
You've got 10 fingers. And what's this? How many hands? 1 hand. Okay, and what's this?
1.
Okay, so you put them together, and what have you got here?
A pair.
Yeah, so just counting now, you go.
1. It's a pair.
It is, isn't it? Interesting that, isn't it? You've got 1 hand, and there's another hand, so you've got a pair of hands.
Yeah.
Okay, something, when you learnt at school, do you remember your times tables?
Not very well, but yeah.
So, if you said 5 and 5 is,
10.
and 4 and 4 is,
8.
yes, and 3 and 3 is,
6.
perfect, nice and loud, so,
6.
and 2 and 2 is,
4.
okay, and 1 and 1 is,
A pair.
a pair, that's good, sleep, sleep, go deeper and deeper in sleep. As you listen to the sound of my voice, it relaxes you more and more. Now that was really interesting for people watching. I've done this a lot, and you've probably seen me do this a lot. But what Jemma chose to do, I've got no control over Jemma whatsoever. She refused to say the number 2. And what a lot of people do with that effect is they go 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what Jemma did, because she's a very good visualiser, followed the instructions really well. Without prepping, she went 1, index finger, 3, 4, 5. She called that an index finger. When I asked her to count her hands, this is 1 hand, going deeper. This is another hand, relax to the sound of my voice. This is 1 hand, 1, and she said that's just a hand, and this is a pair. But at no time did she say the number 2. At no time did she say the number 2. She couldn't say the number 2. The 2 had been taken from her mind. And what's actually happening now, Gemma, coming back to you, is the number 2 has come back to your mind. You can say 2, you can see 2, you understand 2, you understand that the cameras aren't funny. You also understand that you've got your name back. But what's actually going to happen is the chair that I was sat on, a little stool, is going to become the heaviest thing that you've ever seen. It's like it's stuck to the floor. It weighs 10,000 pounds. You can't lift it, you can't move it, it's impossible for you to move it, it's stuck to the floor, and that's your reality. That's what you're going to experience when you open your eyes now. Just open your eyes wide awake, and you're feeling really good. You're doing really well. How do you feel?
Light.
Very light.
Yes. Good.
Good feeling.
Good.
It's a nice feeling, isn't it? Now just tell me something about yourself, Gemma. Apart from your sales and your teams and your TikTok and everything else that you do, you're a mum.
I'm a mum.
You're a mum. And what are your personal hobbies? Because I've seen you doing handstands, and doing all sorts of fitness things.
Super passionate about fitness.
Yeah. So what do you do? Weights and you do?
CrossFit raised me at the minute, just because I wanted a new challenge. I wanted my agent, 3 babies, I was like, I want to do something that pushes the norms.
And you spend quite a lot of time in the gym?
Yeah.
Or do you have a gym at home?
I run if I'm at home.
Right. You do weights?
Do weights.
And you do cross training and a whole load of things. And you have a trainer?
Coaches there, yeah. Coach.
I want you just to experience something that I think you're going to find very, very interesting, because I've been using this little stool here. What I want you to do is just stand up for me, please. What I want you to do is I want you to notice what happens when you try and lift that up. Just try and lift that up. That's interesting, isn't it? Let me just make sure that we've got enough space in. Let me just show you something. Now I'm 65 years of age and I'm not really fit, so let me just show you something. Let me just move that there for you, and I want you to try and pick that up. Just try and pick it up and see what happens. Do you think you need to bend your legs or something? I mean, I don't want to teach you all the fitness, so I'm going to try and pick it up.
It won't go off the floor.
It's mad, isn't it? How does that feel?
Heavy.
It's very, very heavy, that, isn't it? Let me just show you this. This is really heavy. I want you to try and pick that up. Just try and pick it up. The harder you try, and it sticks to the floor. That's unbelievable, isn't it? That's absolutely.
My arms are lucky.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Yeah, you probably are tired. That's crazy, isn't it? Let me just move this out of your way so you don't fall out of it. Just step forward for me there, Joe. So let me just bring that chair back for you. When you sit back in that chair, you go back into trance twice as deep as you are now. Just go back in that chair, sleep. Just go deeper. Gemma's reality was, and I'm filming this, so I'm just making sure that she's still on camera. Her reality was that that chair was too heavy for her to lift, and that's because she's a top visualizer. She's actually got that image in her mind, and that's the image that she's experiencing. In a moment, when you open your eyes, you're going to find that you can't get out of that chair. It's as if you're glued to the chair. Just imagine there's super glue on your back, on your bum. It's funny, it's not scary, but you will not be able to stand up once you're 3 eyes wide open, wide awake. You're an absolutely brilliant visualizer. When I'm mentoring you and when you're helping other people, I know that you use pictures and images. I know that I use pictures and images. It's like, what would it be like in 6 months' time with that goal?
Yeah.
And what would this look like if you were this, and what would it look like? And that's what we're working with. We're working with pictures and images.
Yeah.
And I know that you're going to be great helping other people because you're experiencing this now, and you're a very, very good visualizer. I want you to just notice how interesting it is when you try and stand up. Just try and get out of that chair. Stop it.
Guys, my body's lucky enough again.
Isn't that interesting? Really trying. That's crazy, isn't it? I don't want it to be uncomfortable for you, so just look here and sleep. Sleep. Go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. In a moment, what's going to happen is when you open your eyes, all those suggestions have gone, and I'm going to be your favourite celebrity. I'm going to look like, I'm going to sound like your favourite celebrity. And that's going to happen because you're going to picture that. That image is glued in your mind as me as your favourite celebrity. 1, 2, 3 eyes wide open, wide awake. And it's really good, isn't it? Are you enjoying today?
Oh my gosh.
Are you happy to be
here?
here?
Oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you.
You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Just sit down. You're not stuck to the chair now. It's really happy to. Thank you for joining us here today. You're very, very welcome.
I watch you all the time.
Just tell everybody who I am.
We're Jennifer Lopez.
Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh. Can I have your autograph?
Absolutely. Do you want to take a? I'll tell you what. Let's get a photograph. We'll just smile. I'll take a screenshot for you. I'll take a screenshot for you. That's good. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. I wanted to surprise you. I invited Jennifer, and here I am. I'm actually doing a concert tonight in Wales, and I wondered whether or not you'd like to come.
I'd love to.
Now, where are you going? We can sort you out with a room. We can sort you out with everything, and you'd be my guest.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
No, you're very, very welcome. Is there anything that you'd like to ask me?
Well, yeah, signature picture.
Yes, I'll give you an autograph, and I know that you're doing something at the moment with Mike, so what I'm going to do is I'll be out there, I'll be waiting for you, yeah? And then we'll sort that out afterwards. It's great to see you, obviously. Can you see how powerful that was? 3, 2, 1, going deeper and deeper, going deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed, deeper and deeper, just focusing on the sound of my voice. And in a moment, when you open your eyes, I'm back to being MrMikeGarner, being your friend Mike, your mentor Mike. What you're going to find, your reality will be that when I click my fingers, I will completely disappear. You'll hear me, but you will not see me. I will completely disappear. I'll be invisible. When I stamp my foot, I will come back and you'll see me, hear me, and totally back to normal. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. How do you feel now?
Really good.
It's excellent, isn't it? I'm here. I'm here. So what's your experience of hypnosis so far?
I'm relaxed.
Yeah? Enjoying the process?
Yes.
Enjoying your mind, really? You probably are a bit bewildered about what's going on at the moment,
Yeah.
but one of the things that you will find is that from this experience you'll learn so much about your ability to be able to focus on something. It's going to be so beneficial for you. Just notice what happens when this happens. Just looking at me now, and now what you're experiencing now, tell the truth for the camera.
Just a bit dazed, like, I don't really know what's real.
Don't really know what's real.
Does that make sense?
I want you to look round and try and find me. Where's the voice coming from?
Somewhere.
Okay. Here I am. Look at me now. I'm back in the room, as they say in hypnosis. Just notice what happens now. Going deeper and deeper into relaxation. More and more relaxed. Now I'm going to bring this session to an end because Jemma's been absolutely amazing. And we're getting to the point now with suggestions that she's finding it mind-blowing, really. It's a fun experience, but you're getting to that state where a compilation of illusions, mental magic, become overwhelming. But I think she's been absolutely excellent and I congratulate her for doing this. One of the things that I want to do is I want to gift her with a process which will give her more confidence, more health, more happiness and more success just in a moment than she could get from a lifetime of experiences. But before we do that, I'm going to wake her up and then I'm going to do something which you'll be watching and I'm going to explain to her now. In a moment, when you open your eyes and you come back to full waking consciousness, all suggestions have been removed. You're going to go back to how we started this process, but you're going to imagine and have a picture in your mind that this hasn't worked. To you, we haven't even started. So you're going to wonder when it's going to start. But what's going to happen is when I shake your hand, all the memories will come back of everything that you've experienced, forgetting your name, forgetting the number 2, being stuck in the seat, not being able to lift the chair, me becoming invisible again, and meeting Jennifer Lopez. That'll come back, but it'll only come back when I shake your hand. When you wake up in a moment, you'll think we haven't even started, but you will feel on top of the world. 1, 2, 3, eyes wide open, wide awake. Got the cameras set up, and did you enjoy your hypnosis? Did you enjoy the hypnotherapy, the hypnosis that we've done?
We've not started yet.
We've not started yet?
We've not started yet.
We've just done a few little scenes, a few little experiences. Which one did you enjoy the most?
We've not started yet.
I can assure you we have. No, just tell the camera which was your favourite thing. No? we've just done a few skits, we've just done a few scenarios, you're a brilliant visualiser, and we've just really enjoyed a few things. And we're coming to the end now, we're going to do a little bit of therapy before you drive back to Derby.
We've only just started, Mike.
Really? Let me help you remember, just thank you for helping me. There you go, it's all come back. What the hell?
I don't get it.
Can you remember it now?
I thought you were Jennifer Lopez.
I wish I was. That's mad, isn't it? No, I'm Mike. Seriously.
I'm a bit confused now. So.
What do you remember, Jemma? Go on.
I remember not
Unpack it.
I remember not being able to say. I remember counting my hands and not being able to say all of them.
2, you couldn't say 2.
Couldn't say
How did that
2.
feel? Did you feel hypnotised when we did that?
No, because I just couldn't say it.
Just couldn't say it,
No,
no.
but the weirdest one was not being able to pick up the chair because my arms had locked.
That's mad, isn't it?
They were like fully locked out.
Now, I mean,
So it was like the distance.
can you pick the chair up, Jemma?
Because it's like, but even the chair, my leg like cramped. So I could get
You
off
see,
the
you
chair.
locked your mind around the fact that you accepted the suggestion that you couldn't do it, and that's what it created. For you, it locked your arms, it locked your legs. But it was the belief that did that. The reality is, everybody can lift that chair up, even me with my back injury. But for you, I mean, you'll get the video, you could not lift that chair, could you?
No.
What did it feel like for you?
It's almost like you can't believe it because you know the chair's supposed to be in it. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's not this, my body was tensing up, that's
What's actually happening, there's a conflict between what you know you can do, but your subconscious mind is running this, I can't do it. And while your subconscious mind is running, I can't do it, you couldn't do it, could you?
No.
You could not do it. So when you want to lose weight, when you want to get fit consciously, if you haven't got your subconscious mind working for you, it's going to defeat you every time, like this did.
Yeah.
You wanted to pick it up and you knew really I should be able to do this,
Yeah.
but because you're a brilliant visualizer, just I mean, you were right here, but it's now 4:45. So we got into this room at about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Did we do any preparation off cam?
No.
You just sat there and looked at your green ring, didn't you? You just focused your mind on that, you focused your mind on my voice, and you took these suggestions instantly without thinking. Can you see how powerful advertising is now?
Yeah.
Can you see how powerful your negative friends are, or negative partners are, or negative people who say you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that? Can you see that if you're listening to a lifetime of negatives, or you've been negative in the past, how it's very difficult to change?
Yeah.
Because although you want to do it, you're always going to self-sabotage because you've got this thing at the back of your mind saying, I can't do it, which is what I was demonstrating to you. Did you notice, do you remember finding it absolutely hilarious looking at the cameras?
Yeah, I do remember that.
How much like Jennifer Lopez do I really look like?
You had a wig and everything.
Did I?
You had like big hair.
Big hair. That'd be good for me.
Like big hair and hoop earrings.
Really?
Yes.
So I looked to you, just describe it, we've not scripted this. Did I look like Jennifer
You
Lopez?
looked like Jennifer.
Did I
Lopez.
sound like Jennifer Lopez?
You actually sounded like you,
Interesting.
but you looked
Interesting.
like her.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
No, because I've not been on this side of it.
Yeah.
I've done my own experiences in my training, but everybody, you see,
But
you were
her.
you're the first person ever in all my, I've done 25 years of this, nobody has ever gone 1, index finger 3. They've always gone 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And when they've got 6 fingers, I always make a joke about that, or I utilise that. They've never gone 1, index finger 3. So I can give you the suggestion, implant the image, but I don't know what you're going to do with it.
Yeah.
So you made that uniquely yours,
Yeah.
which I find, as a psychologist, massively fascinating.
I don't know what it means.
And you,
I don't know what that means.
well, the other thing is when you counted your hands. Generally, what people go, how many hands have you got? And they go 1, 3. and I go, do you always have 3 hands? And you went 1 hand, because you couldn't say 2, but you didn't skip to 3. And I said, you know, well, put the 2 together and what have you got? And you said a pair, which is very clever. You've given very good answers. You've stuck to the suggestion, but you've uniquely turned it into your own response, which is really good. I mean, that's amazing. I've done a lot of these, and a lot of them on film, and those were unique responses, but you've powerfully applied your intelligent mind, your intelligent woman, you know, a good businesswoman and a good mother and everything, but you've not followed like a sheep. You've really applied your mind to try and understand the dilemma that you're in, that if you can't say 2, how else can you describe it? So you did.
Yes, I get that.
You get that?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And I was impressed by that.
Yeah.
You know, that was. What was the experience that you had in me becoming invisible? Be honest.
So I used to watch a film when I was little, and it was about a wizard.
Okay.
And it's, you know, the really old-fashioned Disney one, and
yes.
he was wizard. You know, I can't remember, what's the
Merlin.
Merlin. He was Merlin. It's a really old-fashioned Disney
yes.
film. It's one of my favourite, and he disappeared.
Right.
And he went to Bermuda, but he could still hear him.
Ah. So
I could hear you.
You could hear me.
Be in the room, but it's almost like you were behind a door.
So I was stood there, it's on cam. I mean, there's probably not the best camera angles, but we've done our best in this impromptu situation in my daughter's training room. So you literally were looking through me.
Well, I just could hear you.
You
were in the room, your presence was in the room, I didn't know where.
Okay. That's fascinating, isn't it? And then the other thing that I did was when I woke you up, I said that you wouldn't remember the event, that you think we hadn't started, and then when I shook your hand, all these memories would come back, and they have, haven't they?
Yeah, we can remember it all.
You can remember it all now, but when you'll watch on camera that when you came out of trance, you couldn't remember a thing. You couldn't get out of the chair either, could you?
The chair's really because of the lock. My body locked. I couldn't physically get out, my body wouldn't let me.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder how many people watching this get body lock or mental lock or emotional lock with the thought of doing something that they know they want to do, that they know they can do, but they've got these programs running in their mind that are self-sabotaging them.
But that's my biggest light bulb.
Okay, explain that.
What you've just said is the fact that, in actual fact, what your actual block isn't the block, it's you believe in the block.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yes, it is.
You've programmed yourself, or it's something running in you that's not the real thing.
Yes.
It's what you make. It's you're giving something meaning.
Yes, exactly.
That is meaningless.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're recreating it.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I want to show you something now because we're not hypnotised and we've come out of that process. But how good is it to know that with an image in your mind, your body can have such powerful effects? That's very. I know it's a bit bewildering and it's a bit, but because I'm in control of it. But how would you like to be in control of that?
It's empowering.
Isn't it just? I think everybody should try this. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I want to show you something that you can do, and people can watch this, and I can teach them how to do it, and I'm sure you'll be able to show your customers, clients, friends, family, kids this sort of technique. I want you to put your hand up there.
Yeah.
I want you to concentrate on that finger there particularly, but keep your hand up, yeah. Now I want you to imagine that you've got a magnet here and a magnet there.
Yeah.
And as the hand gets closer, using your imagination, to your forehead, as that magnetic force gets stronger and stronger, at the moment when that finger touches your third eye, in other words, when the magnetic force from there touches the magnets on your third eye, you'll drop down into a deep state of trance and go back into that hypnotic state that you really enjoy. And you're doing this to yourself. The minute it touches, you'll just drop down like that, and you'll allow yourself to go back to sleep. Just sleep and drop down. Now in a moment, what's going to happen is we're going to introduce you as you go deeper, more relaxed, double that relaxation. Just allow yourself to go deeply. In a moment, what I want you to do is I want you to connect together the finger, the index finger on your right hand to the thumb on your right hand. Just do that now and make your ring of confidence. This ring that you're making, which is the OK sign, tells you that things are more than okay, they're more than just well, that with this connection you can excel. More than just well, you can excel. In your own mind, not out loud, I want you to remember, go back into the files in your mind and remember 2 or 3 peak experiences, one at a time, of times in your life when you felt on top of the world, when you felt like a winner. Go to the first one in your mind now, project it onto the cinema screen of your mind, and I want you to step into the scene, go into the scene, turn up the colour, turn up the volume, see it through your own eyes as if you're there, feel it in your body as if you're there, hear it through your own ears as if you're there, smell and taste the scene, and notice exactly what's going on at this moment from your memories when you felt on top of the world. If you're on your own, feel yourself do it, see yourself doing it. If there's other people there, hear them. Completely immerse yourself in that situation. Get the feeling that you're there and notice how good you feel. Load that into your memories. This is your success file. This is your top of the world file. This is your file that we're creating now with this ring of confidence that gives you high self-esteem, high self-confidence, a perfect self-ideal, self-respect, self-love, self-power. And then when I click my fingers, I want you to go to another scene, another memory that makes you feel on top of the world and you're there. You're now at another event in your life that made you feel on top of the world. A warrior, not a worrier. A winner, not a loser. This is your success file. And it could be just a night out with the girls, or a moment in your family life, or a moment in your corporate life, or an achievement. Some people say it's when I passed my driving test. Some people say it's when my child was born. Some people say it was a celebration. But fully immerse yourself in that situation. See it through your own eyes as if you're there. Turn up the colour, turn up the contrast, turn up the brightness. Completely absorb yourself in the scene with your ears, your eyes, your nose. You feel it, you see it, you touch it, you taste it, you hear it. Load that into your success file. And now, for the last one, I want you to go to an event where everybody told you that you couldn't do it. You can't do that, Jemma. You're too old, you're too young, you're not clever enough, you're in the wrong place, you've got the wrong personality, you haven't got enough money. For whatever reasons people tried to put you down, for whatever reasons people said you couldn't do it, you did it. Think of a moment when you won against all odds and you proved to yourself with your own determination, discipline and resourcefulness that you can do anything that you put your mind to do. And then immerse yourself fully in that experience and feel it through your body as if you're there. Hear it, touch it, smell it, taste it. Experience the whole thing. Turn up the volume. Imagine everybody there and what did they say. And go right to the end of that when you actually did it, you achieved your goal, you did better than well, you excelled, and you're really proud of yourself. That proud feeling, that success feeling, that winner feeling is anchored here, and it's anchored here. And from today, whenever you need that motivation, whenever you need that inspiration in your everyday life, all you have to do is put together tips of your fingers, of your index finger and your thumb on your right hand, and make your ring of confidence, make your ring of self-esteem, make your ring of self-power, self-trust, self-loving, self-liking, self-respect, personal power. And every time you put your finger and thumb together on your right hand, a wave of energy will pulse and surge through your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. You'll be excited, you'll be motivated, you'll be ignited, you'll be on fire, you'll be a strong burning flame. And now remember your name. Your name is Jemma. Jemma, every time you say Jemma, you feel proud. Every time you say Jemma, you have self-respect. Jemma is your anchor for success with that finger anchor, your ring of confidence. And every time you make your ring of confidence, every time you say the word Jemma, I am Jemma, you step into your power. Just notice how powerful you feel now. Nothing's going to stop you. Nothing is going to stop you now. And all these suggestions have been communicated to every level of your body and mind. And they've been accepted on every level of your body and mind. So now as an automatic reflex action, you'll act upon them on every level of your body and mind. So something that you thought would be difficult to achieve becomes ridiculously easy using your powerful mind. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. At the count of 3, you'll have your eyes wide open, you'll be wide awake, you'll feel on top of the world, knowing you've got your inner confidence, and you feel epic. Feeling epic, breathing returning to normal on 1, all suggestions prior to this being removed, but keeping this anchor of your name and the inner confidence, and 3, eyes wide open, wide awake. Eyes wide open, wide awake, feeling really good. Take a deep breath and stretch, and notice how good you feel. You've been brilliant. How do you feel?
Good. I felt like I was holding like a gold ring, like a sonic ring.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And
Yeah.
it was really strong, and then it like kind of eased.
Mm.
Like it was more flowy.
Yeah. Now what I encourage people to do is, so on cam, I'm not going to ask you to reveal your secrets about what your epic events were, but let me tell you this. Every night when you go to bed, you sit on the side of your bed, or you do it before you go to bed, or wherever you want to do it, and what you do, you connect your inner confidence. You put your finger and thumb together on your right hand, you close your eyes, right, and you visualise on the cinema screen of your mind an epic event from the day.
Right.
Every day you load 1, 2, 3, 4 epic events, things that were really successful for you. Now, throughout your day, there's got to be lots of shit that happens and lots of bad stuff. Don't think about those.
Yeah.
You just go to the peak moments. You go to the, it could be like, we just had lunch, so we got served really well.
Yeah.
And you met my daughter.
Yeah.
So that was an epic moment.
Yeah.
And the lunch was an epic moment. And this experience was an epic moment.
Yeah.
And you're going to have an epic drive back. So you just go epic driving, you see yourself driving, smiling, having music on, whatever you do. And you just go through them. I mean, I'm actually doing that now. I'm actually exciting myself. I've done this for years. You see that?
You've got a goosebump.
Yeah, that's energy flowing through my body. I said to you that when you do this, you'll be energized from the top. Can you see it's happening?
Yeah.
Now, I've done this for 30 years. So just doing that now is what's happening. I know, I program myself to, it's almost like, I'm not being rude, please don't think this is being, it's almost like an orgasm. It's a mental orgasm. It's a peak moment where you excite your body, and now I, woohoo, if I was tired, I do that, I get the energy back, I can get up and give it another hour of concentration, another hour of performance. I never run out of fuel, because I've got these memories in the bank. Now you're going to store these memories every day. So now you've got 3, tonight you'll have maybe 3 or 4 more, so that means 9. And then tomorrow, if you do this for the rest of your life, think how powerful. And do you think you're going to listen to other people shift? No, you're going to shift. It's there. You've actually got the power at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And it becomes a physical experience with practice. But we're going to work with this.
Yeah.
But for now, you've been epic.
Loved it.
Do you encourage other people to experience this?
Yes, definitely, 100%, because it changes your perspective on reality.
It's mad how your thoughts work through your body, and people don't realise that your thoughts actually can empower you, as we've just done. And before we showed how it can shift your reality with some weird stuff, but it can also take the power away. I mean, I know you could probably give me a piggyback.
Yeah.
Never mind, I know you're strong. Yeah. Check her out on TikTok and the stuff she does. She handstands on all sorts of stuff, amazing. But you couldn't pick the chair up.
Because in my head I'm strong.
In your head you're strong.
And that's why it comes out in the gym.
It does. It needs to come out in all areas of your life. And it will now. Because you know how powerful those thoughts are.
Well, that's so powerful.
It is. And talking to your potential clients and your customers and your left and right team and up and down team, you now know not to allow anybody to change those success images in your mind.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody rob you of your power.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jemma.
Thank you.